Hi friends, and welcome to today's Tuesday travel blog, where I post a video about the cool things that I've done and the fun places that I've been as I travel cross country in my RV. Before we continue, don't forget to click like, subscribe, and the bell icon so you can get notified of all of my videos. Today's Tuesday travel blog is all about the Mount Washington Cog Railroad. I'm currently sitting on Mount Washington, coming to you from the Auto Road. Now, Mount Washington is the tallest peak in the northeastern US, which is what makes it so popular. But today I want to specifically talk about the railroad. The railroad to the summit was originally completed in 1869. It's 3 miles long and is one of the steepest in the world. Originally, when completed, it was, of course, run by steam engines, and they do still have a couple of steam engines that they run during the summertime. But the majority of the trains that they run up to the summit are biodiesel. Now, what makes some of these trains pretty interesting is that the engine is not attached. The engine is behind the train. It essentially pushes the rail car up the hill. If it was at the front of the train, it would stall out and the train would then just basically fall backwards. Nobody wants that. And since it's behind it, it then allows it to use its brakes as you're moving downhill. So let's talk about the experience itself. Now, I did some research before booking my ticket. At the time of my booking, the ticket was about $90. And the research that I saw said that the front left seat is the best seat to have. It allows you to have a clear view of the window in front of you, not to mention the window on the left, which affords you some amazing views as we go up the hill. The station itself is cute. It's got a nice little museum. The museum talks about the railway itself, the history, why it was built, a little bit more about its modern times, what it's used for today. There's, of course, a gift shop. It's your basic train station. So you board onto your platform. When I get onto the train, now I have an assigned seat, I have a ticket. I get onto the train, there's a man with his son, and they're sitting in my seat. So I said, "I'm sorry, sir, you're in my seat." He says, "Well, I didn't think we have assigned seats. I can move if you would like." And I said, "No." I said, "It's okay. I'll just sit here. Not a problem." And then I go on to tell him how I did my research, and that's the best seat on the train. He's like, "I'll move. I really will. I don't have a problem switching with you." Not wanting to create a fuss, I just said, "You know what? Just enjoy it. It's fine where I am." Well, my kindness bit me in the butt because almost my entire train ride up, I had the conductor, I guess is what he is, the tour guide, the guy that makes sure that there's nothing on the track, standing in front of me the entire time. So the majority of my trip was butt. Well, I'll tell you, obviously the guy felt really bad. He's like, "I'll still switch with you." And I said, "No, I'll just make sure I have that seat on the way down." I said, "Just tell me that you're enjoying it. If you tell me you're enjoying it, then that's all that I need and it'll be fine." I still got some great views. Obviously, you can see the train starts off. It goes a top speed of 5 miles per hour as it travels along this 3-mile track. It goes across this area that's called Jacob's Ladder that has a ravine down below. On the way up, the conductor talks about the history, he talks about the railway, he talks about the mountain. And as you start to go up, you can feel the temperatures change. You can see the world just start to melt away behind these clouds. 40 minutes to get up to the top, and once you're there, they give you an hour to kind of see things. Now, once you're up to the top, there is a building up there that has your restrooms, food, gift shops. It's a place to get information, a packing area for the hikers to hang out. There are a lot of hikers on Mount Washington, and there are a lot of trails. So here I am at the top of Mount Washington. It is raining, as you can see. Mount Washington is known to have the worst weather in the world, and it can change in a heartbeat. As you can see, there is barely any mountain behind me. It is just completely covered in clouds. But I gotta tell you, it is so cool. The clouds are moving quickly, and to be able to just stand here and watch the world disappear is really neat. Really fun part about being up here is just kind of wandering around on the different trails. There are a lot of trails here, including a connection to the Appalachian Trail. I had to go on that because I was on the Appalachian Trail when I was in Tennessee. Now I can say I was on the Appalachian Trail in New Hampshire. Uh, didn't walk it all together, but at least I've been on portions of it and just climbing through the rocks and just having some fun, just kind of exploring the area. Also up here is the Yankee House, or the current weather observation building. Originally built in 1941, it was built to house the original transmitter for the first FM station in New England. Today it serves more as a two-way transmitter that is used for various organizations, but they still have the weather observation area to observe what is known as the location with the worst weather in the world. The trip down was just as exciting as the trip up. They do flip the seats, so you are facing down instead of, riding backwards. Your feet dangle in such a way that they don't even touch the floor. I did get my seat that I originally booked, and in talking with the guy who accidentally took my seat, turns out him and his son are from my hometown. So it was ended up being quite a lovely conversation on the way down. It truly is worth the trip. It's a lot of fun. The railway doesn't go, of course, very fast, but it's beautiful views. You can drive your car up on the Mount Washington Auto Road. The car and driver is $45. It's $20 every additional adult. So it's not a cheap ride, but it's a very curvy and very steep ride. So you don't have to take the railway to get to the summit. You can drive up there instead. The drive could be difficult. It is steep on the way up as well as on the way down, as you just saw that car behind me. I highly recommend the Cog Railway trip, even though I didn't get the seat that I wanted, and the majority of my view was narrator behind. I really did enjoy my trip on the railway and up to the top of Mount Washington. I highly suggest it if you happen to be in the Mount Washington area here in New Hampshire. Well, thanks for traveling along with me. I always appreciate having you on the road. Be sure to check out all my other videos, and I will see you next Tuesday.